So what I mean by the future of retail media is the future of all media is that if you really think about it, retail media, it tends to be thought of as a channel, like e-commerce, which can be put off into a corner as just performance media. But it's also very much a layer, and it's this closed loop apparatus that underpins really every major pool of ad spending that we have today. So the future of TV is CTV, the future of CTV is performance TV. That's retail media. The future of display is going to be increasingly underpinned by first-party data for targeting. The future of social, right? So these are all the budgets that CMOs tend to care about, and yet they haven't quite connected the dots in a lot of cases between retail media and those primary ad budgets.
Well, diving in a bit more on the perceptions of or misperceptions of retail media, it's often described as a performance-first medium, right? What's your sense of that view, and are there other misconceptions that CMOs should be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to think of it first as a performance channel. That is kind of the inherent value proposition and what's drawn dollars online, and that's the history of digital advertising, is that performance drives dollars. We just need to open the aperture and understand that retail media is, as it moves into all these other media, it's moving up the funnel, and that we just need to have a bigger, more holistic view and realize that it's actually not just bottom of the funnel. It is upper funnel, it's creative, it's all of the sorts of things that traditional marketing has been about, but you have better targeting and measurement to go along with it.
Looking at that point that retail media is now upper funnel, it's not just about the performance aspect. How do you think that retail media is beginning to influence other upper funnel channels like CTV and digital video in a particularly meaningful way? What are you seeing there?
Yeah, well, I think retail media in the intersection with CTV is about to become a mega story in 2026. Like, we are at the cusp of this inflection point for performance TV. And the reason being, it's been starting to manifest with Amazon Prime Video in the last couple of years. Now we've got Walmart entering the market with Vizio. That's going to start to blossom in 2026. But now we've also got Amazon having partnerships with every major ad-supported streaming provider, Netflix, NBCU, Hulu, all these. And so, Amazon has a potential to touch 50% of the ad-supported market. That's the scale that I think has thus far been limiting performance TV. All of a sudden, when you have that much inventory underpinned with performance, that's automatically in the crosshairs of a CMO. And now they're going to get this performance data that they've never had before. It's going to change everything, and not necessarily for the better. I'm also very worried that the industry starts to get performance myopia. It's great when you can actually see that it drives a sale, but there's so much more, and we can't forget about the brand building component. So I'm really a strong advocate that we need to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time and realize there's both branding effects and performance effects, and not use one to the exclusion of the other.
Well, considering that battle against that retail myopia, what role do in-store screens and other on-site experiences play in terms of retail media moving deeper into the physical store environment and not just the living room or the phone or other screens that are outside the store?
Yeah, I mean, I think the physical store is the next major media channel. It's very hard for marketers to think of it that way because it's always been this sales channel. It's where shopper marketing goes. It's not thought of as a sexy media channel, but I think it very much is, because you have the potential for really high quality premium engagement at scale, reaches huge audiences in a contextually relevant environment. It's brand safe. Like, these are all the things that marketers should want. Oh yeah, and it's close to the point of purchase, so you can actually drive that sale right away. I also think that there's new creative opportunities that should emerge here, and the industry hasn't moved in that direction quite yet. I think it's much more common in the early days of in-store media to try and, let's say, repurpose a 30-second ad for the store. It's not going to work. It's a totally different context.
What's one thing, Andrew, that agencies should be doing today to prepare for retail media becoming more central to every major digital ad market?
I'll give you two big things. The first one is on in-store retail media. I think agencies have been slow and they need to reorient around this opportunity. It's a big one. Creative agencies need to get involved. They should get excited about the fact that they have, again, good creative opportunities in a physical space. You can do things in 3 dimensions that you can't do on a TV screen. So that's the first thing. Creative agencies, this could be a renaissance of sorts. And then the second thing is the media agencies need to get engaged and realize that they need to really start to build the apparatus or push third-party measurement to build the apparatus so that you can plan, activate, and then measure the performance of these in-store campaigns. And then lastly, I think bringing in-store media into the fold with everything else. We have all these other channels. We really need, at this point in the industry, good, holistic, cross-platform measurement across all these channels and be able to measure it through traditional reach and frequency, and at the same time understand the incremental impact on sales.